you write about being an introvert growing up, child of immigrants. I could relate to both of those things for sure. And then you talk about how you took a class at Stanford Business School that really changed your mindset. I actually interviewed Jeff Pfeffer, whom I met through you, who's the Stanford professor. And the class asked, okay, what is the thing you're going to do differently as a result of this class in your career? And you wrote down, I'm going to be an extrovert at work, which is a very, very big deal. I have to say that's a massive, deliberate choice. Do you advise other people who are introverts who come to you? Because I'm sure a lot of people come to you now for career advice. Do you actually say to them, hey, you might want to actually take a different tack at work?
I wrote this article called The Secret Bias No One Talks About, and it's along the lines of Susan Cain's Quiet, which is we have this massive bias in our society. In American society, we really value people who speak up. Think about who is charismatic, who's out there, who we pick as our politicians, people who pick for CEO. We don't pick the person who's quietly doing the work behind the scenes. We're picking the person who can stand up on stage and inspire people, right or wrong. And one of the things I had to learn in that class at Stanford was I had to learn that, that yes, introversion is a state. We actually have a trait in Ancestry for introversion versus extroversion, and mine is like extremely introverted. And yet at the same time, I treat it like learning a language. If I had to learn a different language to be successful, if I wanted to run a division and it was in Spain and I had to learn Spanish, I would go do it. So I just treat it as a second language. It doesn't have to be a native language.
The language of extroverts. I'm gonna translate.
I would just love. I just want to understand what that world is, but I don't have to live in that world. I still dream in my native language, but at the same time, I can learn a different language if absolutely necessary to be successful and to persuade others. And I realized, just like you have gone through this evolution, you have gotten on stage in front of 50 million people and done something that no one who's introverted would ever have thought to do. And yet at the same time, you did it because it was a necessity for what you hope to accomplish in your life and the change that you hope to make and the voice that you want to have. And it's the same thing for me, which is we can choose to be introverted and, say, this is who I am, or we can say, I'm going to learn this new skill that's going to be to help me connect with other people. And when you put it that way, suddenly it's, wow, it's a skill. And it's helping me connect with other people. It's not about selfishness or giving. It's actually about the opportunity to get out of our own heads and say, how can we help others to be more comfortable?
Hey, YouTube. Glad you're enjoying the podcast. If you really like it, hit subscribe, and then YouTube will notify you every time we have a bang-up new guest. Thank you.